This show is sponsored by printbymagic.com. We print directly to your bicycle playing card. Hello and welcome to the Magicworld Review Show. I am James Anthony and thank you for joining myself. We got back, we're a little bit late to do this review show, quite simply because of Blackpool preparation. We've spent the whole day just cleaning out this office, getting it nice and tidy again, and it's still not even close. However, this week we're going to be reviewing the Vapr Watch! Yes, the Vapr Watch is on review, and I will be giving you my personal thoughts on this bad boy watch. Then we're quite simply going to be talking about a couple of the products that we had at Blackpool and a couple of new releases out on the market, and then we're going to end the show with some cool, awesome footage from some great magicians from around the world, including a clip from Eric Jones and some great magic from the Ruskin Hotel. So thank you for watching and all your support during the Blackpool Magic Convention. It was such a great convention, met some amazing people, and I know myself, Vinny, Jason and Daniel had such an amazing time. Ian had a great time. I didn't even see him though, he was busy doing his own things. We gave him the weekend off because he spent the whole 2 weeks before getting everything ready for the show. So let's get started with this week's review show, which of course is the Vapr Watch. So I'm just gonna, that just looks so cool. Is the Vapr Watch worth buying or is it not? That is the question. Now, I met Will Sy at Blackpool, and I must say he was a really nice chap in every way. He was a gentleman and he just made me feel welcome. He said hello. He wasn't annoyed with me for all the bad reviews which I may have done over the past, including, of course, the good ones. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, he wasn't trying to sell me one of these as well. That's the first thing. So how much do these cost? I paid £329 for this. £329. It's a lot of money. Is it worth it? So far, yes, without question. There's a few... Hello, Christina. There's a few things I'd say, for me, it's maybe a little too big. So there's the first thing. It is huge. It's humongous. That's the biggest, probably, downside with this watch. I'm not sure. It probably needed to be this big just to be able to fit all the technology inside it. If it didn't need to be this big, then I wish that it would have been a little smaller. But having said that, the biggest problem for me today, I've got small wrists, and Will Sy has very small wrists as well, he showed me. So how he fitted it on, I don't know. Because if I go one more stop up, I'm at the very last stop on my watch. And then it's too tight. So I've gone for the second one down, and I've almost fully prepared this. So basically, this big thing here, why does that need to be so big? That is hitting into my skin all the time, creating a red mark. There'll be a blister there in no time at all, because of course it just keeps falling down and hitting there. So that is probably my biggest criticism of the watch so far. But the positives easily outweigh all of the negatives. So I did what they need to do. I cut a little part section in the watch here so that the tube can go out of it. And what I found is that the tube doesn't quite sit fully inside, like snugly, but it does fit in very well. He says to put a bit of gaffer tape just over it once it's been cut to the right length, and then it just stays on. So that's my only difficulty, is getting it to stay there perfectly. However, I have not fully cut this so that it's in line with here. So at the moment, I'm scared to death, because once you cut it too short, that's it. But remote control, and you just push the button like that, and it does look amazing. What you get, first of all, you get the box. A beautiful box as always, same as the Vapr Watch. Then you open it up and you have the watch, you have the charger, and you have all the pieces inside it, which is one USB cable, and of course this here. So you also get a wrist strap, so that you can place it around your arm, and you can push it and activate it from here. Now, I personally tried that, and I had no luck at all, because I don't have any bones in this area here. I was trying to push it, and it just would not click. So I think potentially the strap would be better made for your knees. It might be better made... Christina is clearing up the cups over there. Hello, Christina. Okay. And I think it'd be better maybe on your wrists, on your ankles, or on your knees, so that you can just cross your legs potentially and activate it from there. And otherwise, you can do it impromptu, and you put this into your jeans pocket. You can just push your button, and if you also hold it down, you can make it do unlimited smoke. I think it's up to, I'm not sure, 30 or 60 seconds. So that is great. Now, in terms of why I think it's worth the money, quite simply because you've got continuous smoke. Smoke after smoke after smoke. Unlike other watches out there like the Lynx, you're limited to 1 or 2 puffs at a time. Then you have to re-top it up with the liquid. And also, the Lynx watch, I'm afraid, it burns my skin here, going off the last review, which you can catch up with. So for this, to be able to just get unlimited smoke, one after another, is fantastic. And the option to have continuous smoke by holding the button down is also a great prop. And of course, you can give the remote to a friend or someone to operate if you're doing an Instagram or a clip of some kind. So it really is a versatile prop. The second part, which I absolutely love, is you can take off the front of the watch. You can replace the battery for the watch yourself. So you don't have to pay any jewelers for doing this. You can just replace that, and it does tell the time, unlike other watches. Then you refill parts here, the off and on switch. This just locks like that. So there's nothing actually physically locking it, but it does feel secure. It feels great. I've been out in the rain today, and it's still working, which is obviously a bonus. So far, so good. I am enjoying the watch itself. Simply, the size is probably all I'd say, is just a little bit too big, and that thing there is irritating the hell out of me. But apart from that, it is a lovely watch. I still don't know yet if the butterfly was supposed to be slightly off-center. I think it probably was made to be slightly like that. And yeah, that is the Vapr watch. I'm really impressed with it so far. I know in different countries it's different prices. If you're in China, I know you can get it quite considerably cheaper, I think, or maybe in America as well. But in England, £329 was a lot of money. But if you compare it to the Lynx watch, then potentially I think it's worth the investment. The technology that's gone into it is fantastic. I think it comes with a 3-month warranty, but then after that you pay, I think, $100 for a year on top. So quote me if I'm wrong on that, just let me know in the comments. I apologise, because it might well be a year, it might be whatever, but I know that there's a plan afterwards that keeps it maintained should you require it. Also, he was generous enough to give me some extra of the Vapr. So in terms of the actual Vapr itself, how much does it cost? It was about £25 for a pack of 10. Of course, you get one with it, and depending on the package deal you buy, you might get a few more as well. But then after that, when they're all used up, about £25 I paid for 10, which will last you, I think each one is 100 or 150 puffs, I can't remember, but quite a lot of puffs, and it is easy to refill. And what I've noticed so far, it says it will last you all day. Now, I found out that when I was this morning, I was pushing this button probably a lot of times. I was just playing around with it everywhere I was going. So the battery of the watch ran down pretty quickly. Like a new iPhone. If you get that, you're messing around with it, and it just, not an iPhone, an iWatch, Apple Watch, it just runs out really quick. But then when you just get used to using it when you need to use it, then it's fantastic. So, yeah, in terms of the Vapr watch, you can pretty much make anything you want. See? Perfect. So, I would say, yep, go for it. It is good, worth it. If you got the money, I think it's great. Also, if you've got big wrists and you're a big guy, then you'll definitely rock this watch. So I think overall, great review. I'm going to give it a rating out of 10. For the technology and everything that's gone into it, from what I've experienced so far with the watch, I'm going to give it a definite 8.5 out of 10. I'd love it to be a 10. I think it would just be that thing there, not smacking into you. Maybe that just staying in a little bit more secure. But overall, it's comfy to wear. It's good. I just shift it back on my skin a bit like that, and then it's fine until it eventually falls down and hits me again. So I do like it. I think it's great. So well done, Will Tsai. Well done, Sans Minds. Hope you sell enough of these soon to make your money back on the investment, because it's a wonderful watch. I know they come in black, gold, and silver, and I think there may be another one, I'm not sure. So do a search on the Google for Vapr Sans Minds, and yeah, really, really like it. 8.5 out of 10. Boom! So, that is almost the end of the review show. This part now, I'm just going to quickly talk you through a few of the things that we had on the stand at Magicworld, because you guys were great coming up to us. We were demoing all day long, every day, and it was a blast. It was an absolute blast. And because I had my three friends helping out on the stand all the time, it gave me a chance to come out and network and meet you all, which was also fantastic. And so what we had this week, we actually released the Epic Writer, the world's first ballpoint pen thumb writer. It's currently on pre-order right now everywhere in the world. And I know that they've been selling like hotcakes. I think already the first batch has been sold out, and we're now manufacturing and getting the second batch out to Murphy's. So if anyone wants those, it's the world's first ballpoint pen writer with an amazing quote by Neil Scryer. It's got now an hour and a half worth of routines provided by Luca Volpe, provided by Atlas Brookings, Raven Gerlock, myself, and also Mark Elsden. So you're getting a full course with a nail writer, as well as the world's first ballpoint pen writer that actually writes neater than any other thumb writer you'll ever come across because of its flat surface. It's fantastic. And I'm not just saying that. Give it a go. Come over to our stand. We're also going to be in South Tyneside soon, so you get an experience to try this one out there. So, on top of that, one of our other bestsellers at Blackpool, it was that one. It was the Moroccan Wrist Restraint. Again, just released at Murphy's, and it's an amazing product. Instead of just doing your usual escapology, you're finding a playing card. You turn around, and then suddenly the playing card's in your mouth, you're out of the wrist restraint that they bound you in, and it's a perfect applause cue. It's a great product. Just on pre-sale now. It's now just been released, so get yourself this bad boy. Might even play the trailer of it now if we can on the YouTube. Then another one which we can't really mention because it's not for pre-sale yet, but this sold really, really well. That's all I'm going to say. It's a tactical piece of magic. It sold amazing, the best trick of all of our tricks on the Blackpool stand, and it's going on pre-order in a week and a half's time at Murphy's and around the world, so please do keep an eye out for it. It's a tactical piece of work, it's an amazing visual change, and you will love it. Another one that sold out very quickly was blistering. Within the first day we sold these bad boys. There was 38 of them available, and they are a keyring that has a blister on it, designed in a very modern, cool fashion. We will be making these available very soon, released worldwide. So that is a talk through of most of our products. The last one is the Anthony Miller Speed Loader Wallet, the real man's wallet. This is available in limited quantities on our website. Very, very limited. They sold out at Blackpool. We've now got a few in extra here. So, what is the Speed Loader? Well, the Speed Loader, I should have had it set up from the very beginning, but it allows you to load a wallet, show the back and the front immediately. Then, once you've showed the back and the front, you can open it up like this, open up this, flap that, and they can pull out the card themselves from here. So that is the Anthony Miller's Speed Load Wallet. We're the only people in the UK selling this wallet. It's a mega product, and I think it's around about either 85 or 90 pounds, one or the other, on our website, worth every penny. A lot of top pros use this, and it's kind of like the Tony Curtis in terms of quality, even better though. I mean, it's gorgeous. If you feel the leather, it's amazing. So on top of that, he does have the search engine, which if you're after an index, it's the best index out there. As Mark Elsden definitely says, as well as many top magicians, Garrett Thomas says, it's one of the best indexes. You can instantly reset and boom, you're ready to go. So that is the end of the Magicworld review shows. We're going to cut to, in a moment, on the YouTube version, cool things that happened at Blackpool.
Here's Vinny, and we are at the Magicworld HQ. Here's everybody here, getting ready just before the big convention in Blackpool.